There's a museum. You're live. Yeah. Okay. Now get over there. Hello. Oh, right. That email made me nervous. Okay. Scoochie. Testing, testing. Beep, boop, bop, boop, beep. Are we setting the goal or is everyone bidding? Bid with your donations. I have a great joke. It's the kind of joke that puts down bigots. But we need to raise good money first. I can't risk getting in trouble with the algorithms because I made a joke, even if it's at the expense of a bigot. But yes, funny enough, I believe it was Cheyenne who actually set it up beautifully. Happy belated Ace Visibility. You can get visas if you're Ace on a specific day. Happy belated Ace Visibility Day. As we play more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Look what your boy had to dust off for the special occasion. We got all them letters, all them flags. It should have been humans, because then you could put one more on there. But you know I had to do it to him. You know I had to do it to him. Okay, real talk, though. I did have a theory that I expressed to Alana, and she gave me a look like she's very upset with me. So I don't know if I should share that. But based on your expression, I did have a theory that might be important to share now, sooner rather than later. And, yeah. Anyway, we're back. Playing more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney for the first time. Shout out to everyone in the community. Because, boy howdy, is it hard to find someone who isn't, evidently. I'm in a saucy, spicy mood. I don't know if I can release the beast for free. So please consider donating or becoming a member, donating at thethirdbill.com if you can or able to. If you don't want to, you can't right now. You're helping out by hanging out. Make sure you do all the free things too. Smashing that like, subscribing is free, sharing the link. I'm really bad at being on social media right now because I need to focus on like getting videos done and, you know, cleaning myself and taking out the garbage. I can go down the angry hole so easily these days. I need to take breaks, which also means I then forget to share links. So oops, my bad. So share the links, follow me on social media, which I'm avoiding all the time these days, but I need to do it for work. We're never going to hit 10,000 subscribers if Bill doesn't shill out his links on every freaking site. It's fine. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a good time, or as good a time as possible. Let's do it, you know? Let's hang out. We're about to start the flashback. As you could tell by not only the title, but my perfect gaming. This is stream number 7 on April 7th for 7 years ago. You're welcome. What? 7? Wow, you're not like the other girls. 7 is a very lucky number. Luck had nothing to do with it. It was good management and hard work. That's Charlotte's Web. Because the goose had 7 eggs or ducklings, and it was like, giving birth isn't about luck. I worked hard. Speaking of, hello Hong Kong, silly goose. I'm assuming everyone can hear me. I didn't even ask. I'm wearing, makeup. I'm wearing make based on, I feel you. Okay, sorry. I'm getting lost in chat. Please, only talk about how great I am. And donate. Become a member. I think we've stalled long enough for everyone to get settled. We're here. We're ready. And honestly, knowing that this game represents things that pisses off someone I hate with a fiery passion makes me very happy. Did I manifest a shield around the around the entire community? Maybe. I think we stalled long enough, but yeah, please consider donating or becoming a member, especially if you want me to pop off like a king. I want to tell this joke so bad. I want to tell this joke so bad, but I can't if I need to rely on AdSense this week. So consider donating or becoming a member. Is there a theory dono goal? Oh, that's a good. There you go. Let's put it at 3 hours. Bill, spill, all. There we go. Yeah. Goal. Yes, we can put the theory in there too. Is the theory a dono goal too? Yes. If you don't want me to say my sexy joke, my spicy joke, yes, I've also made the goal for me to tell you my theory. I do have to ask you though, would I be too, whatever I said to you, will it get proven / disproven in the stream, or is it a different game?
Oh, that I don't.
You don't even know. Time's ticking, chat. Let's go. But anyway, thank you to everyone who's a member. Oh man, I'm streaming on my new computer, not my old computer. So the updated members list, I'm gonna fix that. Thank you to the channel members. There is a poll going on right now for channel members to help me vote on what game to play between after we finish Apollo Justice and doing some Zelda-ing on an actual GameCube. So if you want to help me pick games, it's one of the perks of being a member, as well as members-only streams, emojis, and members-only streams are going to keep expanding into different things. But yeah, consider doing that if you want. Shout out to everyone who's also a main channel member or a patron. And yeah, new video tomorrow. That's going to be big. Maybe I'll also spill a hint for what that's going to be. But we've stalled long enough for everyone to get situated. I almost hit the end stream button trying to move the box over. All right. Yes, the theory will be part of the dono goal as well. How about that? Or you could donate or pick up merch, including Ace Attorney inspired merch at thethirdbill.com. Linked in the description. Extra resource card, as always. Mental health crisis lines, Trevor Project, things like that. Should you or someone you don't need them. All right, I'm ready. I need my questions answered. We're going back to the past like Samurai Jack. He better be there. Do I want him there? Someone better show up. That was something I was talking about the last stream. I want cameos. Now. Start now. This is on a PlayStation 5. Come on. Showdown time. Yu-Gi-Oh! Again? More Duel Monsters. I lost. It's only a game of poker. Caitlin, thank you for the 5. Boop. A game I played for a long time and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Wait, what? Well, it seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along. We're not doing voices during these because I can't control the length. Over a game of cards? Why, yes. Over a game of cards. Over a game of cards. With me. That was how we first met 7 years ago. Did Phoenix kill Trucy's dad? 7 years earlier, Phoenix Wright's final trial. I'm really mad that the HD trilogy art deconfirms that statement, because that would give me chills. I'd be freaking the hell out. Also, 419 Blaze It. Whew, okay. It's been a long time since I've felt like such a rookie. Gotta try and relax. Good morning, Mr. Enigmar. What Pokemon is that? It sounds like the Psychic Magmar. Enigmar! I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. Robeson, thank you for the 10. Why doesn't that count on the thing?
It does in our hearts.
It does in our hearts, but the little goal thing is still at 1. Is it because it's a sticker? Thank you, Robeson, for the 10.
Yeah.
You count to me, buddy.
Goal is only super chat.
Goal is only super chats? That's so frustrating. Promote my streams more if you want to be more like Twitch, you sillies. Because it's not teal. No, the color has to do with the amount.
Yes, and when I click on the...
But yeah, it's because it's a sticker and not a super chat, which is ridiculous. They still take 30% of that.
Yeah. Like, if I click on the goal on my end, it says 10 teal super chats.
Yeah, well, that was because I put it at $5 or higher. I need $50 if you want me to spill. $50. Or $50 at thethirdbill.com. But thank you all the same, Robeson. And thank you, Caitlin. That's so annoying. It's a great voice. All my voices are great. Trick question. Should I go with that voice, or should I wanted to keep them all Southern because they're all like the same family or the same troop or something? Because Trucy's like this, and then that other guy's the this. I could just give him that awful Pokemon. I'm sorry to have sprung this on... What was his name? Enigma. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. There were no playing games after this one, so it was truly meant to be his last. Yeah, and I wish I could feel that, but every time I boot this up, there's a big old picture of Phoenix Wright and his Chadliest Chads with a chain. And it spoils it. Should I? What would be another? That's such a good voice. Okay. I mean, I don't know. No, maybe there won't be any voices tonight because I don't have. I haven't solicited enough donations. We don't have 100 channel members. I don't think I remember how to do all my voices. No, I warmed up real good for this. My Chords of Steel TM. I own that. No one's ever said it before. TM. Chords, you look confused. Chords of Steel is what Apollo says.
I know.
I stole it from him.
I'm trying to count to 2.
Should I just do that voice? Donate if you want to change the voice. Enigma, I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the file from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared. I understand. I am asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards, and this spirit took over me, and my hair became more spiky, and I summoned... Oh my god, the card's right here in my hand. The Dark Magician. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Actually, it wasn't. Trust me. Oh! Don't. Please don't Swiss rolls me. Please don't Swiss rolls me. I really don't want to be Swiss rolls today. Please don't. Please don't. Ow, morning, Daddy. Ah, I'm glad you came. You okay, Daddy? They picking on you? I am fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me, after all. That's young man to you. You know, like at the YMCA. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Thanks. My first show. Oh, don't. No, it's not. No, it's not. Thanks. My first show's today, after all. Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about? Oh, old boy. Huh? Me? Look what he started. Here. What the hell? What's this? It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell. Magnifi Grimar. Oh. Ugh. What? I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important. Ooh, what's this? A memo for you or some such? Not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. I'll give it a read later. I just read... What the hell is that? Notebook page added to the court record. The clown did it. Case dismissed. What Hamilton gun is this? Oh my god. Single gunshot to the head. Yeah, no, I figured. Enigma. Well, how do you feel about the trial today? We'll get through it somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today's a new guy, I hear. So no Edgeworth. How are we going to go a whole game? Is this my first game without Edgeworth? I feel dirty, and not fun dirty. I feel wrong. I feel like I have to confess and beg forgiveness for my sins. And not in the fun way. Not in the ghost way. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy, I hear. Ah, an easy win then, yes. They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office, Phoenix. Of course, there's one of those every year. And each time I put them in their place and show them that it's not about your win record, it's about finding the truth. And they fall in love with me. The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in. But allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright. Yes? They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. Or my name's not Enigma. So do your best, but do not worry. First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can. Ha 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 ha! I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict. Slides a $5 bill at me. That's not enough money. Impossible? Yes. Isn't that right, Trucy? Yep, you bet, Daddy. My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can, for their sake. She reminds me of my third adopted daughter, Kay Faraday. I believe the curtains will be lifted any time now. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. My client is Shady Enigmar, known to the world as Zach Gramarrier, a wildly popular magician, star of Troupe Gramarrier. His mentor, Magnifi Gramarrier, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until The Prestige came out, and then The Illusionist, and then Now You See Me, and then Now You See Me 2, and then that comedy with Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler, until he was shot dead. And Zach Gramarrier is the suspect. Why did we go through a period of time with, like, sexy magic movies, and then a comedy about sexy magic movies?
Answered your own question.
Why?
Magic is sexy.
No, it's not. Trust me. I've tried. Oh my god, he's in a different jacket. Or no, he's just in a shirt. Court is now in session for the trial of Shadi Enigma. Look at him. We are so back, as they say, chat. Did I say that right, chat? We're so back. We're so back. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, no. I hate that his hair is so shorter and to the side. Now I can see his jawline better, and his jacket doesn't hide his strong shoulders, arms, and little chest booby muscles. This is obscene. Chat, look away. Chat, look away. Is the prosecution ready? I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really. Buzzkill? Is this some new kind of crime? One of the worst. This is a trial, yeah? Where are the sweaty palms? The pounding hearts? I mean, I'm getting there. A Gaviner's concert got 10 times the thrill this gig's got. Who were you again? Clavier. Clavier? I never say it the same way, I'm sorry. Clavier. Clavier Gavin. I came to get the party started. Legally. Yeah. Sick, timely reference, King. What? What?
7 years before he's 17 in the flashback.
Uh-oh. I mean, he will grow up to be who I swoon for. Leave me be. That really? Not confirmed. Really? They do this to me like every other. Thank God for Miles Edgeworth. But I mean, to be fair, I loved Flashback Edgeworth too. It's a representation. My comments are a representation of the man I know him as, not the boy he was in the past. If you think I'm hot, are you saying the same about me when I'm 16? No. Come on, guys. Sometimes you gotta think. Sometimes you gotta think. Especially when this game's problems are not very hidden or cryptic. Can you pass me my water, please?
Oh, yes.
I came to get the party started. Legally, yeah. Gavin. Please be mature. Please be mature. This is a legal drama. There's no innuendos. There's no sexy. There's no nonsense. We haven't raised enough money for all the little jokes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Back to the Shadow Realm with you. Gavin. Defense attorney Christoph Gavins. Figures my bro's more famous in this part of town. Clavier Gavin. Lead singer for the mega hit band The Gaviners. Is it supposed to sound like Gatherers? You're out of your league, Rock Boy. I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, Rock Boy. Another one that can read minds. He's so unimpressed. This man has been married to Miles Edgeworth for almost a decade. You cannot face him. He's truly his complete self. True. My debut single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love, went platinum overnight. Man, yeah, 17 years ago, the number 13 in things was real big. But that's just a hobby to me. That's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah. Talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro rock accent, by the way. You know what, Phoenix, if you want the voice change, why don't I have more subscribers, members, and money? I'm just getting warmed up, Air Attorney, right? No, he's mad because his voice sounds like his husband's. That's why he's mad.
Phoenix, how about you donate?
Yeah, Phoenix, right? Maybe charge your clients money and then use some of that to stimulate my economy. You peasant, perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case. Achten, baby, time to call on the opening act. What was his name again? Yes. All rise for the only good cop. All rise for the best man. Detective Gumshoe. Hit it. Look at him. Same coat. And you are? And I haven't even used this voice in this game yet. Chat, oh my God, I'm the chosen one. I'm underappreciated in my time for my art. Hundreds of years from now, when they dig up my thumbnails, they'll go, wow, we're going to sell this for millions of dollars. And it's all going to be videos with the underlying message is how poor I am.
What did Bill mean by this?
What did Bill mean by this? I don't even know if I can still do it. It's been so long. I have to believe in the heart of the cards. This one's for you, Grandpa. Hey, you were the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct. Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. Hey, you. Huh? Me? Today's the day, pal. Today I win and you lose. I got confidence in my testimony today, see. What you normally lack in your confidence. Choose you too. Thank you for the 5. Donating on behalf of Phoenix Wright, who is too broke from solely taking pro bono cases to donate to the Third Bill. Thank you, Choose You Two, for donating at thethirdbill.com. What you normally lack confidence in your testimony? Air Detective, this is my stage. Can the antics. No, you're new. You're new. You respect that man. If it wasn't for Dick Gumshoe, queer prosecutors like you would never be able to walk, let alone run. In my headcanon, Gumshoe was the officiant at the Right Worth ceremony.
It took hours.
It took so long. He told a lot of stories. He cried. There was a snack break. He couldn't pronounce a lot of words good. Technically, they're not even legally married because he said everything wrong.
Signed his name back.
And he signed the wrong spot on the certificate, so actually he's married to Phoenix. Air detective, this is my stage. Canned the antics. Huh? All this, hey Ewing and such. And I could care less about your history together. Irk. Very well, Detective Gumshoe. If you would, please tell us about the case at hand. It happened 6 days back in a room at the General Hospital. Oh my god. Excuse me. The facts are as simple and clean as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient asleep in the hospital bed. Get it? Because Phoenix Wright asleep attorney. Gumshoe, that's not what ace nor asleep means, but you got it. The fact that you're being supportive is more than enough. That's more effort than a lot of people putting in, unfortunately. The killer comes in, puts a pistol in the forehead, and bam, lights out. Them's the facts. Not so long ago, the victim, Magnifi Gramarier, god dang, that's hard to say in this voice. Not so long ago, the victim, Magnifi Gramarier, was a famous man. What? I literally am doing that while I stream right now. But you never know it. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were. A real mind freak. Yes. The great dark magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnifi to one of my generation, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare. That's not... Okay, hold on. There'd be like a dozen video essays about like the life of this magician. There would be kids who know. All right? Yes, though I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. Ever since the announcement of Now You See Me 3, magic is hot again. I dare say Troop Gramarier has made quite a name for themselves. Anyhow, the retired Magnifi's been in the hospital for the last year. What was it? Capcom, just make me an ambassador. You're stealing my jokes now. Also called it. Every time I've ever done a Gumshoe silly, it's canon. Bow to your king of games. Yes, it is I, king of ace and king of attorneys. And I will lead you to a brighter future. King of games. A malignorant tumor or something. Doing something to his liver, I think. Liver hardly, yeah. A malignant tumor, perhaps. In other words, he had liver cancer. Liver cancer, I hardly. Buddy, not now. Not that. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact. Magnifi's chart added to the court record. The facts do seem simple enough and clean. But something's not right. The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Boo. Inappropriate. He died. Inappropriate again. Why not wait for him to knock, knock, knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him? An Owl House reference? Really? In this day and age? In this economy? Too soon. Gone too soon. Although, peaked-based king, when he makes a magic school reference, he makes reference to the only good magic school. Resources in the description should you, or some you don't need them. Are you knocking on heaven's door? It's a song. Yeah. So was Stairway to Heaven. He's doing bits. I did bits like this when I was 17. Why not wait for him to knock, knock, knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him? Oh, that's so embarrassing that I dropped something. Thank you, McKaylee, and only McKaylee, for noticing that. The rest of you would have just let me walk away having dropped it. I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Sick Owl House reference, by the way. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die? Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes. Diabetes? In fact, he was about to Why are you like, were you just a bad boy? Were you like, I guess we're all young and dumb at some point. Shoot up with insulin? And you're a rocker? Maybe it's because I'm from Seattle, but respect the grunge scene, brother. And respect people with diabetes. In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin when he was shot with a pistol. The syringe was found at the crime scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it. Oh, I thought he was like gonna say something fucked up. The victim was clearly at the end of his life. Small syringe added to the court record. I believe the question before us is clear then. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had? Very well, detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting. Yes, sir. He also looks great in HD. His skin looks like cleaner. Mr. Edgeworth got me some soap and exfoliating products for Christmas this year. Yes, sir. Edgeworth's not showing up, is he? I'm so happy that at least we got Gumshoe. Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days before it happened, the victim was sent a letter ordering his own murder. What? The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead, in the shape of an L. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting? Those are the facts. I have here... God dang, those are the facts. I have here the letter in question. To my beloved student, Zach, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life... King, I wasn't done reading. Wow, this really is him in his douchebag teenage days. He wouldn't even let me finish reading. That's nothing like the Gavin I know. To you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I will ready a gun with which you will shoot one shot. Big Hamilton stand. Square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Magnifique Grandmarier. Jesus, did he blackmail his boy? Very unusual indeed. Although, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger? I wonder. I hardly. I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter. Ah, you cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court? Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a pep about that bit, sir. Yay! Yay! Oh, I've missed that. I forgot that he would slap the paper. Apollo Justice just reads it like a little nerd, making sure he says everything correctly because he's so studious and serious. Look at him just slap it with the back of his hand. God bless you, anime. One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason? The devil is in the details, Air Attorney, and in my music. Well, was there some reason? As it turns out, there was. Every night for a half hour starting at 11, the victim, Magnifique Grandmarier, was given an IV. An IV? There it is in the picture off to the side of the bed. At 11 o'clock, a doctor would come to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happened every night, without fail. So that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption? During his IV. Very well. Shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would. Feels good to say Mr. Wright. What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? He could have at least mentioned it to me. Look at old boy. His dirty coat. That's still my favorite headcanon, is that's the vanilla coat he wore in his very first trial. with Mia in Edgeworth, and it just kept growing mold and dirt. Actuality, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. Press to present.
You went to West.
All of them or just one?
Just one.
Sweet. The victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. These are always so harder. They're a lot harder to do these ones where I like haven't been there for the whole investigation. Because he brought up the gun ownership a bit. And it was asked him and shot the old man in the forehead. Okay, it's either he owned the gun or he shot him in the forehead. Why are you so certain? What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this teammate, pal? You never heard of Zach Anvalon's quick draw shoot him? Huh, what's that? One of the defendant's specialities. Would Zach and Valant stood on either side of a girl. And then they shoot. Gumshoe, can you work this better? But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage. This was one of the pistols they used in their show. Got a great design, huh? Oh. It shot the clown, not him. He curved the bullet. It's wanted. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it. Don't point the gun at Gumshoe. Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol, I hear. You know, that would explain a lot about the police force. Go off, King. Troop Gramarye stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held on to that pistol ever since, I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. This testing might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully. The letter. Did he want to do one last magic trick? A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. No, there's 2 bullet holes. How can you be so sure? Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cranking. You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, detective. First, we got this letter. It says, shoot in the forehead, loud and clear. I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it. Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal. Oh my god, Gumshoe's killed a man. You fail to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, detective. We also found the defendant's pistol at the Sene. Traces of gunpowder residue show that it had been fired recently. Well, Mr. Wright. As far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim. The photo. Maybe there's something in there I can use. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. I think there's a hole in the Capcom. Come on. Whoever's in charge with Ace Attorney stuff, come on. I know you're a fan. Say hi. You know? Send me some stuff. Give me a cameo. I could do one of the voices. I could do the objection. That'd be cool as hell. Shot something else. Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me. Yes? What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes. Bing Joe, pal. That's why the defendant pooped him one on the forehead. On the forehead. Oh, the defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make. What? And you can prove that with this photo? I can prove he had a choice, yes. The defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot? Up. The book. No, the clown. The IV bag. The clown. Boop. And I only noticed it because my fear of clowns made me check that freaking thing as soon as I saw it. The clown doll. Take a closer look. See? There, diagonally. It's been shot in the forehead, too. Aha! There's a hole in its forehead. Quite a theory, King. You dropped something. Yes, and a hole in the prosecution's claim. Ha! And I suppose you have a reason as to why he'd shoot the clown doll. He didn't just shoot the doll, he shot the doll's forehead. His forehead. Ugh. Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead. Which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead. The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. And damn it if that theme doesn't bang good. That hole in the clown's forehead, it definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate this matter. I admit, I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim. The gun was only fired once, bitch. Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead as ordered, but the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a life. The bullet hole in the clown doll's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue, yet Professor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim. So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall. How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. He didn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get. Me, if you watch back my Owl House videos. Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony. So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal. No. Oh, it's not in my... What? But... The gun was only shot once, they said. So let me get this straight. And let me get this gay. And let me get this ace. You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim? Hey, not a bad summary, pal. More of a confirmation than a summary, but whatever. That was really more of a confirmation than a summary. But our defense attorney seems pleased enough with himself. Do these people ever miss a chance to mock me? We're at work. We're professionals. Hello? Well, now that Mr. Wright's gotten that out of his system, shall we continue with the testimony? I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention. Read this letter carefully. Carefully. You sure I'm not supposed to press every statement?
You're supposed to press the statement and look down.
Oh, but he added testimony.
Yeah, it's in the wrong order. You're supposed to press the bullet was fired from the
Defendant did, what was that? Oh, it moved me down to the end. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it, and the pistol definitely belonged to the old man. Shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. Thank you. I was very confused. I thought we added new testimony when we talked to him, though. You mean this pistol? The one in the crime scene photo? That's the 1A. Please don't point it at yourself, King. It's a funny-looking gun, so there's no mistaking it. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullet were Why can't they say ballistics? Is that patented? The rifling marks on the bullet were a perfect match. So you verified the murder weapon. In other words... Oh, so you verified the murder weapon, in other words. You bet we did! The court would like to see the pistol in question. You got it, sir. Here she is. You just keep it in your pocket like that, Gumshoe? Yes, and I didn't wear gloves. Well, this truly is a blast from the past. Skibbity. It's a stage pistol for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets. It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, but it can only hold 1 round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it shows traces of having been fired recently. So were any fingerprints found on the gun? Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that a lack of fingerprints is in fact a fingerprint of its own. Yeah, because in a hospital, nobody else wears gloves. Aha! Intriguing point. Well made. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Not well made. Not intriguing. In any case, the court accepts this evidence. Fucking thank you. Fires 1 real bullet. I was waiting for it. What? You gasped. My grandchild will get a kick out of seeing this. I show him evidence and crime scene photos all the time. But now it's time to return to our testimony. The pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. So what if you shot the clown? He still shot the victim? Fires 1 real bullet. Where is it? What? You will shoot 1 shot square in the forehead. Did you should I just press every statement? I think you're making this more challenging. What am I? No, but like, what am I supposed to do? I thought I did. Am I pressing every statement?
Not everyone, no.
Why are you so certain? What pile is... I did this already. Pile of sand has been in your head all this time. You never heard of Zack and Valon's quick draw shoot 'em? Huh? What's that? One of the defendant's specialties. Wood. I did this. They hit everything else on stage. Great design. Kids love it. Gun. You know... Yeah, we did this. That's what I was gonna do, but then you told me no. But that's not making... That's what I was gonna do, and then you told me no. I'm assuming it's the pistol. But the letter is what says you only get 1 shot? Barrel marks match bullet found in victim. Oh, then how did he shoot the clown if the bullet matched the... Yeah. The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, pal, after he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and... did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not. And my head... Why is my hat slipping so far back today? It should be weighted down by all my thinky thoughts. The murder weapon. How? It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds 1 bullet at a time. Stop pointing it at yourself, King. Stop framing me for murdering Phoenix Wright. What is this? take a screenshot of this, put a black and white filter over it. It's like a slow zoom in. He'd finally had enough of gaming and wanted to be the actual prosecuting attorney for the first time in his life. He wanted to be the attorney and stopped being the gamer. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. Ah! If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too. Yarg! That's not a contradiction, not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot. With what? Oh, where did he get the extra bullet? Thank you. They're not so easy to come by, you know. This isn't a Gettysburg reenactment town. Oh, where did he get the extra bullet? They're not so easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it. I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this party's just getting started. You already made that one, King, and I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and startling record sales. And utter lack of humility. What's this? It seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared. Like I said, Air Detective, just the warm-up act. Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready. Ready for what? For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who, you will find, can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Grandmarnier who shot the victim in the forehead. Very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess. This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach. Court is adjourned. To be continued. That was quick. Is this a short flashback? The first one's 10 minutes. The rest is 3 hours. I'm glad Gumshoe's okay. April 19th, 419 blaze it. Oh, great. Now his name is just Zach. I can't... The Enigma. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less. We've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually. I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discovered the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know. When you shot him, I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night, in the hospital, what really happened? Ah, the way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You're scared, Trucy. Speaking of which, where is she? You have seen the problem yourself, the letter. The one shot in the forehead one, right? The one shot in the forehead one, right? Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death. Why not? This is something I will not say, for now at least. What's this for now business? Open this letter in 7 years. I have done many things in my life, some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves. We? You wanted to know about the night of the incident. Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting the important stuff. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. And found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. 2? Yes, the one I had used on stage, and the one that had been used by my partner, Valant. Oh, for the Zach and Valant's quick draw thing. My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand, and I remember death so much it feels more like a memory. Is this what it gets me? I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then, for a moment. You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him? Recall there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first. So there were other requests you couldn't refuse before?
To be honest, I've not always been steadfast, and I fear I've brought pain upon Trucy.
Was Magnifi coercing his disciples somehow? Just what was going on in Troop Grand Marnier? Well.
Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
In your pocket?
I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different than the one in my mentor. Oh, what were those called?
Can they not say ballistics? Rifling marks.
Yes, well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case.
Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me?
You are a fascinating man, Mr. Wright.
Thanks.
Yes, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened, gripping his pillow tight.
What? Magnifi Grand Marnier?
The old devil, he was not asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him up anyway. Blech. And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5-10 minutes or so.
What did you talk about?
Aha, Mr. Wright. Did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case.
Zach Grand Marnier. He seems pretty steadfast to me, or maybe just stubborn.
Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom. Once again, I am in your hands.
Right. Let's get back in there. So someone else saw him later? The one who's free?
Our court is now back in session.
During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out from. That's weird looking. During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out from the clown's head.
Well, this is news. And the rifling marks.
There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis. There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis. Though they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon.
Well, that's not very conclusive, is it?
Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness. Your decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. I keep wanting to find a way into the joke that, because like, what was going on at that Grand Marnier troupe? And I'm like, they were all banging. And it's like, oh, trust me, he's intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Ugh. Being the other half of Troupe Grand Marnier's famous duo, Zach and Volant. Volant Grand Marnier. So we get to meet the great Magnifi's other disciple. Yeah, he killed that guy. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation. Volant Grand Marnier, magician.
And you're the decisive witness, are you?
You can prove your fellow student, your partner's guilt. Fate, the grand illusion, filled with traps and tricks. Well, wait. The shooting took place in the hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late? If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes. I feel like you were stalling. Okay. I always get the characters, don't I? Can't there just be a tax evasion case or something? I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, ... My witness received this. That looks very familiar. But wait, that's the same letter Zach Grandmarier received. Was it a test to see which one would shoot him? Yes, or perhaps I should say, ta-da. Wow, his hair's long. Order! Order! And what does it say? Surely not the same thing. Perhaps you should see for yourself. To my beloved Volant, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curse. Yeah, it is the... Yeah, he was testing them or something. Because they were like trick guns used in the shootout thing.
Every time I'm like, I'm gonna get you first letter of each thing.
First letter of each thing. T-I-C-I-Y. TCY. Bring in Detective TCY. Why, it's practically the same. The court accepts this into evidence. Magnifi's second letter out of the court record. This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your troop, Grandmarier, up to? Well, you know, everyone puts on a mask and just whatever goes. By which you mean, I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less. It's just my opinion, Air Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them. We walked the magician's path together. The magician's path sounds like a reality show. Like the Hell's Kitchen for magicians. We walked the magician's path together, and in so doing, shared much of our lives and our partners with each other. When people are so close, there is a stain. See, right? Doesn't this all sound like they were some sort of like orgy magician troupe? No one knows who Trucy's parents actually are because they were all just passing each other around like currency. Is that too gross? When people are so close, there's strain, not stain. When people are so close, there is strain, a warping of relations, you might say. Yet this has nothing to do with the case in hand. I'm pretty sure who was banging who is pretty important to the case at hand. By which you mean you're not going to tell us. Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse. Oh, damn it. Why are you a butthole? Thank you. Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Grandmarier, stands accused. Tell us why he... Oh, I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red roses rise, singing hymns to the miracle that is magic. I nailed this man's voice choice.
Who's hymns?
Whose hymns? The red roses rise, singing hymns to the miracle that is magic. Fascinating, though I hardly need to remind you of what I really am. That the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene. In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time. As every magician knows, timing is everything. Yes. And now it's time to get this party fired up. You keep trying to call this a party, and I don't think it's working, King. Denied the crime. That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifi requested. The smell of gunpowder is hanging in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. Oh, never mind. That's not a reference. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police. I thought it was his last bow, which is the name of the last Sherlock Holmes book. Yeah, and I think it was, he accidentally, there's different endings to Sherlock Holmes, but I think in his last bow, I think there's a mishap when he's making something with like his chemistry stuff. I think he accidentally blows himself up or he poisoned himself. But there was like a mistake in his lab. And he died studying like a nerd. That's what I thought we were getting at for a second. So you were the one who reported the crime. Indeed, I would think. This fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. Let's not jump to any conclusions. Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. God, and if they ever change how a court works, I will surely kill that attorney. Apollo Justice 2. Judgment Day. It's the judge trying to get you.
It's just Mortal Kombat.
I was picturing it more like a jump scare horror game. Like you're at the Right Anything agency late at night and the lights are flickering and like you have to find the flashlight and then find the batteries and then like Maya steps out and it scares you and then it's like, what's going on?
Welcome to the courtroom, son.
Welcome to the court. Welcome to the courtroom, son. That's if the judge kidnaps me and takes me to his house. Ace Attorney 7, Biohazard. Ace Attorney 8, Village. Please, can we get Ace Attorney Lady Dimitrescu and Heisenberg? Please, if I'm good, as a treat. Yes, the cross-exam... Capcom, I'm giving you ideas for free. Come on. Let me be your ambassador. Please. Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Gramarier, is guilty. And if it wasn't Zach Gramarier, then the killer was you, Valant. And no disappearing act will get you out of that. Not a court. Not a visit. Press present. What? That night I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifi requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room. My mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student may have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss. I gave it to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police. You said press? Because then that would have been after him then. Which according to the letter was 11:20 p.m. Indeed. In magic, timing is everything. Right. Consider the illusion of teleportation. If I were to appear on stage before my stunt double is left, how would that look? Why, it would reveal the very secrets of my magic. Now that you've revealed the secrets of your magic for all of us, let's move on. You went at the designated time, and what did you see? Smell of gunpowder, how good the air, love it. I don't imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Which brings us back to this reason neither of you could refuse. So it does, and my partner, he did not refuse. But Magnifi wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zach couldn't? Because I have a will of steel, and of course, I also do this trick where I bend steel bars, so perhaps steel isn't also strong. So which is it? Your analogies are contradicting your statements. You're weak-willed, which means you killed him. Case dismissed. Mind if I continue? Okay, sorry. A deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss, I gave it to the clown. There were 2 bullet holes at the scene. One in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who shot the clown was you? Ooh. No doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I'd better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Valant, let me ask about something else concerning the crime scene, namely, I guess the number of pistols. Because our boy said there were 2. Like in Hamilton. Or the location. I'm going to go with number and not its location. How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By which you mean what, precisely? 2 pistols were used in the Zack and Volant quick draw shoot 'em, correct? 1 for each of you? You are well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. You're friends with the guns? Arrest him. What did Zack tell me back in the lobby? Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I stuck into his room that night at the appointed time, and I found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. I see no problem with that statement. Only 1 pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene, after all. So you picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed, I did. Alakazam. I think they meant right? That's not how you spell that. That's Alakazam. Right? Because Pokemon. Indeed, I did. Alakazam, Alakazing, Alakaboom. Please stop speaking in your evil Latin in my courtroom. Is the number of pistols really so important? Yes. The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey? Okay, you had a strong will. Only 1 pistol was in the hospital room that night. With it, I shot the clown. I guess objection to the photo? Because it's only... Well, how would that contradict it? There's only 1 there. There's the gun itself fired only 1 real bullet? Yeah. Yeah, because this would just prove it. Or I need to ask for clarity here. Would the... I'm confused if the picture would bring up, wait a minute, there was only 1 pistol, and if you both shot a shot... Okay, so it's the pistol then. Thank you. I'm like, I can't tell if I'm... Again, sometimes I'm like on a different step than the game wants me to be. I gotta slow down. According to the defendant, Zach Gramarier, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table. 2? One of these pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket. Of course, this is what he was saying. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head. Well, what about what Mr. Volant has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. That's your story, at least. Also, why would you shoot a clown if there was a dead guy in the room? Just to say you did it? Da-ding. But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Volant. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from his gun. Gun. The rifling marks on the bullet were a perfect match. Oh my god, you okay? Please be careful, because something very important to me is on that table. It was an import and cost a lot of money. The rifling marks on the bullet were a perfect match. Ah. Mr. Volant, if you... Stop pointing it at yourself, King. If you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead. Hey, PSM3D0. Whoa. Thank you for the 50. Heading out. I have to be responsible for college. I'll catch up with the VOD later. Have fun. All right, more character connections in the comments later. Thank you, PSM3D0, for the donation. Holy crap. Hold on, I cut off your message. Could we hear the theory? Okay. For $50, anything. Okay. Study break. While we're calming the court. So I was talking about the upcoming, not sponsored, I was talking about the upcoming Fantastic Four movie. And I had gotten Johnny Storm confused with the Thing, because that's just what I do. And I was talking about how Sue Storm and Johnny Storm both have powers. What a weird coincidence. And then I said to Alana, I wonder if it's a coincidence that Apollo Justice and Trucy both have magic powers in Apollo Justice. And they both have brown hair. Wouldn't that be crazy? I said, wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy? And then I got a weird look, and it's usually that upset, kind of pissed off look of like, instead of calling everything that happens in the show before it happens, why don't you just shut the hell up and enjoy it kind of a look. Like when she forced me to watch Dexter. So, my crazy theory is, since we don't know who Trucy's parents are, and Apollo doesn't talk about himself that much, and Phoenix Wright is gathering the Avengers to change the system, what if he's also looking out for Apollo and Trucy because they're, like, related? Because then my other logic was, since we're inverting everything, what if Trucy isn't our Maya? She's not the Maya to Apollo. She's the Pearl to Apollo, and Apollo is Maya. Like they're cousins or related or something. Or Maya. They're siblings. Here we go again. Maya Mia 2. Here we go again. So that's my line of reasoning here. Because I'm like, don't they both have powers? Wouldn't that be crazy? So really this theory, it's Disney's fault for ruining everything. Or I'm a genius. However you want to word that. But that's the theory I'm sniffing around. And when I was saying this to Alana, she got really upset. So there you go. That's my theory, is Phoenix Wright picked himself up another pair of siblings or cousins. Because I also realized there's no like Karine village per se in this game. And I'm like, what if there is a new power or Karine village or whatever, and they're both from that place, or they're both from the same family tree, or just literal family. $50 is worth it. That is a cool theory. Right? I thought so. See, guys, sorry. Until we get enough watchers and commenters, joiners, I have to withhold my theories in exchange for money. What I do is I throw my septum ring at people, and then I can tell if they're lying or not. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, you're welcome. Anyway, consider donating or becoming a member. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Please no spoilers, though. This is just my theory. Theories are just supposed to be fun. If it's wrong, it's wrong, and that's okay. But I feel like I'm onto something here. And also, Alana's face totally gave it away. Gotta head out. I hope you have great fun with this case. Well, thank you again for the donation, PSM 3D0. Oh, excuse me. Thank you again for the donation. I'm glad you enjoyed the theory. Go study, work hard, get the job of your dreams, so you can donate to me more. That's the goal. Pay your electricity and your internet so you can watch my stuff. And then, like, share, subscribe, donate, become a member. Isn't that the dream? No. Good luck with your college stuff, or break a leg, whatever. Good luck with your stuff. Good for you for going to bed on time. Send in people to replace you, at least 5. Thank you again for the donation. But yeah, does that theory make sense? Like, I was thinking, what if it's a Maya Mia or a Maya Pearl, where like they're all family somehow, or they're from the same magic village, like it's Karine. Because I'm like, what are the odds that they both have the gift? I almost said the touch, but that's Stephen King. Order! Order! Well, this is all rather sudden. What have I done? Prosecutor Gavin? I owe the court an apology. Sorry. Sorry for what? Don't point the gun at me while you're having a breakdown. You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. You didn't know the magic trick? Everyone knew about this magic trick. Gumshoe literally talked about it. Yeah, what the hell? The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them. But that's not what you told us before. You said you'd verified the murder weapon. Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add. Guys, I think he means it. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth? If you're a working professional, yes. Choose you too. Thank you for the 5. Phoenix gathering all these mysterious children to be the dad of all time. Hell yeah. Yeah, we'd have 2 psychics, 2 perceivers, and a master thief. We've made the Avengers. Oh my god. Marvel's ripping off Capcom with the Young Avengers. Anyway. They could choose you 2 for the 5. Technically 7, but 8 more to go. Till we hit that target. Eight more. Or I'm not pressing another button. No. Oh, what happened? Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth? That was just this morning. I am still young. Not kiddo, then you don't get to work at a serious profession like this if you're gonna, ooh, I'm young. I am still young. And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now. Ding? Valant Grammarrier. Yes, Your Honor. You were presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive than decisive. Am I right, gamers? You laugh and watch my shit, or I'm gonna have to watch the Minecraft movie. Click my goddamn shit. Do it. Laugh now. Don't make me watch the Minecraft movie and Snow White. Please. 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 You need to click my videos and my streams. Please don't make me watch the Minecraft movie. Please don't make me watch the Minecraft movie. Please. Please. I don't want to watch Snow White. I don't want to. Please. Please. Please laugh. Please laugh. Please laugh. Like, share, donate, join. Please don't make me watch the Minecraft movie. But you've proven to be more divisive than decisive. What?
I have a story to tell you about that after.
Oh, please do. Oh, jeez. That's been the joke I've wanted to make like all weekend, but I've been too stressed. So I'm like, guys, you need to watch my videos and streams, or else I'm gonna have to go watch the Minecraft movie. Which I auditioned for and never heard back. Cut to me holding like an audition sheet side, like awkwardly off camera going, I am Steve. But you've proven to be more divisive than decisive. I didn't care for that joke at all. You'll see in time. Ding? The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next. Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin? When Mr. Valant entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, ere right, the real fight is about to begin. Bring it. Very well. The witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what and who shot first. I really don't care. I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m., 11:20 blazes. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation and called in the doctor.
The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m., and the one in the room at that time was my partner, not me. Wait, what? Those times are rather close, you have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi is easy to explain in this situation here, Judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love. I hate it when he keeps plugging his own stuff in the middle of this case. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, donate, become a member. Cue to the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Do it 100 times, the result is the same. Their debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long? What a ripoff. Okay, Phoenix, this is called a TikTok hit, where it doesn't need to hit a full, like, radio play time length anymore, because it just needs to be able to be sampleable on short-form content. Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus Pocus requires admirable focus. And in the time of death determined by the doctor there... What? And in the time of death determined by the doctor there is an incontrovertible truth. I feel like we're missing a comma or something. Whatever, it's fine. I really don't care. Very well. The prosecution warns us that we're dealing with rather precise times, and we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision. I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad, sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands. Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright. How is that different than any other time? Carry on. Right.
You can't press on it.
My wayward son. What?
You can't press on something.
Trivial?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's gonna be like that, is it? I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation and called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the one in the room at that time was my partner, not me. Am I pressing or presenting? I feel like it's this one. Well, technically it was 11:05. Right? Yeah, 11:05. Would it be the one that actually says 11:10 or the one that says my partner was there? Actual time. Thank you. Like, you can't threaten me like that and I'm like, "Oh, I can't press wrong." Thank you. I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time? We do usually only get an estimated time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death. Magic revels in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction. I see another person has done their arithmetic homework. Thanks, Judge. The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim, Magnifi Gramarier's schedule. Every night at 11, Magnifi took an IV drip for 30 minutes. I can see the IV bag right there, yes. Now look a little closer. Follow the tube from the bag to the end. Oh, my bad. Ah, the needle's been removed. Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot. That would seem to be the case. When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips. Ah, you could just measure the remaining IV liquid. Precisely. The IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. What? From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began. He could have just taken it out. What? How about we use normal autopsy findings to determine estimated time of death? What kind of circus? No! Big Top Hospital. IV report added to the court record. And so it was when I, Valant, entered that room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is proof. Well, Mr. Wright. Did that seem... Yes, very. Well, seeing as how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I'd say it's very important. Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic. Stay in school, kids. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. The water of life springs not eternal. Stop quoting Dune. Just because you've seen the movie. Movies. There's like 3 of them now. 4? The remaining IV liquid proves my innocence. The new thing. I don't think that... Yeah. I still think this is bullshit. You could just pull the IV out. Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance? When first I entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me like it was part of some sort of creed. Assailant's promise. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. Then his left arm did I spy a rose, drooping and wilted. What? And then his left... The mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. Then his left arm did I spy a rose, drooping and wilted. Oh, the blood? Its thorn, the discarded IV needle. Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot, lucky for you. If that IV had not been there, why, you might be a suspect. Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. Piss is your lucky color? Your lucky color? Indeed, even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self, for it always, without fail, brings me luck. Why, when Zack and Valant won their first Magician's Grand Prix, yes, the very one held by the Association of International Magicians, I was adorned in this attire then too, the Cape of Piss, and our trophy a bust. Ah, what a day that was. This is one trip down memory lane. No. Oh, is this supposed to be the same award that Maximilian Pegasus won? Is that what we're getting at? Right? Except that guy was a freaking creep. That's a trip down memory lane no one needs. My lucky color, yes indeed, and that IV too. I say I think 'twas hued, especially for me, Valant. Can we make sure that that IV wasn't piss? Your Honor, we just got the results back and it was indeed piss. That does seem to be the case, indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony? Valant sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony? Testimony. Ladies, gents, and days, please welcome to the stage, Testimony. There's a contradiction. It certainly sounds like your lucky colors brought you plenty of luck, but not this time. Today it's just the color of pee. Mr. Valant, your lucky colors betrayed you. I'm afraid you've lost me. Your Honor, the witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence. What? Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is most based. Haha, skibbity riz, Ohio. Giat. I'm running out of them. Bet no cap, bestie. Riz. Chat, I'm relating to you. Skibbity Minecraft movie. I do hope this latest accusation is well based. Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here. I'm so based, I dropped this. Drops his fucking badge on the ground and walks out, and that's how Phoenix Wright stopped being an attorney. Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here. All your based are belong to us. I just disappointed multiple generations of people. Very well. Let's hear the defense's claim. Where is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Volant has told us?
First off, that IV doesn't look at all like pee. Is he talking about the fact that the gun's yellow? It's your lucky pea color. Oh, is it this? It seems Fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell. Shit. Is it the pee bag? Like in the photo. Right? Is the pee bag in the photo? Bag of pee? The crime scene. Oh shit, no? The crime scene tells all, Your Honor. The photo of the crime scene. All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. I thought he meant like cookies. Like black and white cookies. Tell us, Air Right. Oh, shit. Tell us, Air Right. Just where is the contradiction in this photo? My pleasure, and I assure you, it's quite simple and clean. But I can't promise anything in black and white, for it is the color of pee. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What in this photo contradicts the witness's testimony? It's the pee bag. Because how would he know the color unless he was up close to it? Right? Because it's green right now. It's not pee. That's not the color of pee, unless something's wrong. Volant Grammarier, let's get one thing straight and one thing gay about your lucky color. It's yellow. Yes. It's pee. Yes. It's urine. Yes. It's dehydrated person's piss. Correct? Kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes. Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright. Yes, there is. You're not drinking enough water. Decisively wrong, in fact. It washes him out. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene. That's Mountain Dew, baby. What's this? Confusion, doubt. Tell us, what do your elderly eyes spy? Is that a Lord of the Rings joke? They've taken the piss to Isengard. Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Volant. Look at that IV bag. Ah. Well, what is this? What foul magic? It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow, and I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph. Alico, my God. Bunnies! And little flags and birds.
Order! 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 What does this mean? If the rabbits are real, then how do they... This is some kind of mistake. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness's mistake. Da-ding. The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Phoenix, buddy, we did miraculous things in your first day as a lawyer, let alone your first year. Blonde Grandmarier, as you remind us several times, your lucky color is piss, but the IV is clearly not. This contradiction can mean only one thing. You know what it looks like outside of the bag. And to think, you almost had me. Ding? I see your true colors now. Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. He said it! Oh my god, he said it! Wait, but this is Apollo Justice. He said it. Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin. As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence. Turns out he's mad because Phoenix Wright has had so many love interests, but it's called Ace Attorney. You motherfucker. Or I guess it'd be Arrow Ace. Joke still stands. Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness has made no mistakes. I agree, at a glance, the IV liquid does appear a sort of greenish yellow. But I assure you, the liquid itself is quite piss. Yellow liquid? How can you say that? The judge brags about knowing subtraction, but doesn't know blue and yellow make green. As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green. Verde, if you will. Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself? The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook? It looks like I want to say, light blue. Precisely. Figured it out yet? Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and you get Blello. Piss in a blue bag and you get green. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true wow, that is the color of unhealthy urine. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color. Piss is the heart's true essence. That's not true. The piss may be weak, and sometimes it may even give in, but deep down, I know there's a hydration level that never gives up. So you've come all this way, and still you understand nothing. I see. Can someone please praise me for my sick, piss-based Kingdom Hearts reference? We're gonna do a Kingdom Hearts-a-thon one of these days, I swear. 13 days of Kingdom Hearts, where I try to play all of Kingdom Hearts in 13 days. That'd be really fun. Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it. That's the lens of truth, you boomer. Objection! As I thought, there's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin. What? You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave. For you, that is. Grave? The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? Basic color math, Phoenix. What are you talking about? Dudding. It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Your Honor, the defense requested explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow? How did he know the color of pee? Bunnies! And the birds. Oh, shoot, I didn't read that. What? I was cute. Oh, he says Alakazoo, my god. Order! 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 Mr. Wright, you will explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid, so I'm sure it means something. But what? I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Valant Grandmarier, has testified that the IV liquid was piss yellow because... Okay, we might have a problem here. He knew the IV liquid's color. I'm assuming we're getting at he pulled it out and saw it spill a little. He'd seen it before because he pulled it out. He knew the liquid IV's color because he saw it when he pulled it out. Help. This is my brain. This is my brain. Help me. Help me. He'd seen it before. Thank you. Jesus Christ, that hurt my brain so much. From the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew the IV color, the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before when he peed. But not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear, wait, what? Colorless bag. What? I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what all this means. Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor. Oh, implying he swapped the bags out? I thought he just pulled the IV when he walked into the room and went, oh, time of death. What? He could have, like, walked in, pulled it, waited 10 minutes, and been like, oh my God. I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV liquid's color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans. Mean. Your fans get you to where they are. Stay is the reason Stray Kids stay. Or what is it? You are the reason Stray Kids stay. You know what I mean. Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, yeah? Rude. The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin. Yes, I remember it well. It was 30 years ago the first time I saw piss. However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag. What? Wait. Oh, I know. An hourglass is like this, whereas an IV bag is like this. An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. Okay, did we get a new coloring book for the judge, or what? I'm right. Right? As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the music coming back, unlike the sands through an hourglass, these are not the days of our lives. IV liquid enters the patient's body. At which point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. Let me get this straight, then let me get this gay. Air right. And let me get this ace. You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag? Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. Now wait, I said. How might an amateur such as myself essay to perform such a task? Assay? I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup. Oh no, that was Mia. She was called an amateurish bimbo by Edgeworth. He was young and under Von Karma's spell. I was like, yeah, he is an amateurish bimbo. And I'm like, that wasn't Phoenix. I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat? He has a point, amateurs. I, at least, would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. he added liquid to that IV bag to throw off the time of death. Can you do that feasibly? Like, can you just go in through the top of the IV bag and add more? I thought it's like pre-sealed for sanitation purposes. I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth over this liquid? Gas. Valent Gramarrier. I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what your strongest suggested? Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was... the syringe? He shot the piss. Yeah, the syringe. But then wouldn't people have noticed there's a hole in the bag? I guess with this bonkers-ass legal system, maybe the medical institution needs an overhaul as well. I thought they do it ahead of time. I don't know. Spoilers, chat. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a silly man. I know I've dropped many things. I know needles are thin, but they'll still poke a hole. They're not magic. There's a passageway to do it. Again, I'm like, wouldn't someone have noticed a needle-sized hole in the IV bag, even if you came at it from the top? Or do they suck? That's what I'm saying. Does this medical institution need the next overhaul after we're done dismantling the legal system? Or I guess it would be the police would be next, because they didn't notice it. The doctors didn't do anything wrong. They're just doing their job. Well, it's because it's piss. Sponsored by Liquid IV. It's not sponsored. This isn't sponsored. This is not sponsored. You can't make those jokes anymore, because then YouTube gets mad. Please, can we get a sponsorship from Liquid IV? That'd be nice. We're running out. I'll talk about all my favorite flavors and how many times I get headaches when the weather's really bad. Please. So, I guess I could just assume that he added some with a syringe and no one noticed the hole? The victim's syringe. It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick, and easy enough for an amateur to use. Yeah, I guess you're right. Because again, I think this is more on the fault of I'm not a doctor, so how would I know immediately how he did this? But yeah, I guess there is like a special spot where they can. I just never knew it was a syringe. I thought it was like just a different thing. But yeah, it's a little special. There's hole theory. There's another hole that you can fill an IV with stuff. Yeah. But I don't feel like a pedestrian would know to do that. Old people learn stuff about IVs. What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it. Because pee evaporates. And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? Yeah, shouldn't there be at least insulin in there? What? The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Da-ding. Well, Valent Gramarrier, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you could manipulate at will. Ha! You think you're the Prince of Persia, but in fact you cannot control the sands of time. Oh my god. Bunnies! Look at them go. They're so cute. Oh yeah. Ah. Sorry, I love little guys. I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. I'm afraid that while there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today.
Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. I can do a little much-needed investigation work.
I see there are no objections. Court is...
You beautiful son of a bitch. Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. Da-ding? A word to the wise. Underestimate the young, and they'll sweep your feet out from under you. Too soon. Too soon. Remember to vote. How about that? Underestimate the young, and they'll sweep your feet out from under you in a way you never, ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. Da-ding? What's he talking about? You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid. Now I wanted to say liquid IV. But there is no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. Yes, quite true. He's admitting it? Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped. This I admit. After all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much?
You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin.
We're going to flip a coin. Prove fair, Judge. I have another way to prove my case. With evidence, no less.
What's this?
This is the victim Magnifi Gramarier's diary. Diary? After going into the hospital, Magnifi began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end quite appropriately with his death. Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request? Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night, even after the IV had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we?
This does appear to have been written just before his death.
Tonight's IV is in, maybe the last. I leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. This journal may end here or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. All that is left to mine is with this pen.
This does appear to have been written just before his death.
To lay down his pen.
The court accepts this into evidence.
Too soon, he just died. Read that very last part with particular care. I just did, King. Oh shit, this journal may end here or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his head. Of course, by his. I guess it's not capitalized. Capital H-I-M. It's a Gaga reference. Of course, by his, he refers to our defendant, Zach Gramarrier.
That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor, after all.
But look at what he said before that. This journal may end here or it may go on. It may go on. Magnifi Gramarrier intended to write again. That is, if Zach Gramarrier didn't pull the trigger. What? Yeah, they were both tested, dude. I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on. Oh, we have the page. Hold on. It does go on. Like my heart? Because Magnifi's life was brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Gramarrier.
Order! 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 Prosecutor Gavin, are you certain that Magnifi Gramarrier wrote this?
There is no mistaking his handwriting.
Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnifi did intend to continue his diary. Yet, if his diary ended here, which plainly it did,
then the ones who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Gramarrier. Well, how do you like me now? Yeah, right. Still too green for your tastes? Or yellow? This still doesn't work. His reasoning still doesn't fully work for me, but I think that's the point, right? He's supposed to walk away dissatisfied. He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with his precious evidence.
Well, Mr. Wright, the witness's testimony we heard was lacking. But put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for a case.
The diary's accepted like this, the trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show them my moves? I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence. Wait, what? I'm sorry, let me say it better. I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence.
What? You have some evidence that overturns this diary.
It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment.
Very well, please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright.
Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary I've just shown in court. Ding. Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued right. How about you shut the hell up and let me show you? It's another page from the... I never thought to bring up the... What? Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary. All right, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with this page is... Ugh. First, take a look at this diary. Note that a page has clearly been ripped out.
What's this? I hadn't noticed that at all.
That's why we're still here talking about this. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page.
Alaka, I don't believe it.
Seems like he's about to be like in the middle of an infomercial. How am I supposed to use this as a blender and a food processor and not take up all this counter space? Looking at this page that I'm slapping, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnifi Grammarrier. That's the defense's position.
Wait, let me see that. What in Silent Sam Hill? What in Sam Hill? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary.
Is that the forged evidence that I'm yelled at about later? I guess disbarred. I'm not yelled at about it. Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page of Magnifi's diary.
Quite remarkable.
Would you care to explain what all this means, Heir Attorney? The diary continued after his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Grammarrier left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Valant Grammarrier.
No.
Bunnies!
Wait, do we go with him to jail? The handwriting, too, matches that on the other pages. That this is, without a doubt, the genuine article. Why, I stake my life, my fortune on it. I will donate my whole 401k to thethirdbill.com. Should this be found to be a fake, this is, without a doubt, the genuine article. Order.
But wait, that's impossible. That old man couldn't have written that. I thought the game crashed. Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Heir Wright? What, did you plant this? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Heir Judge,
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. But, Prosecutor Gavin, this evidence overturns the current witnesses. I ask only to put it on hold. Please, my new witness is a very, very important piece of... No! My new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes, no more. I promise, Your Honor. Well, if you put it that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this? Fucking... No, I want to win this one. Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, we'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway. So might as well be sooner. Then, though this is highly, highly irregular, we will put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Clean up your piss. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom. I had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. And I should have known it was a bad sign all around. Oh. Was it not going to be Trucy? Holding trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin. I beg the court's understanding. He forged it and then gave it to Trucy to plant on us? Fuck, I forgot what voice I did for this guy. But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony. A judiciary deal? The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information to this room. Very well. And you are the witness, I gather. Did he have a voice or... No, he was already dead when we got there. Shit. Yes. Yes, sir. I don't know. I'm so drawing a blank right now. God. Yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the record. My name's Drew Bishop. I'm a painter. A painter, I hardly. And you are somehow related to this case. No, well, not per se. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is? Oh, yeah, I know it well. How's that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before? Oh, yes, I mean, I made it. You... what? You made it? Yes. You might call it one of my works. The prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gramarier. Illegal evidence? I initiated an investigation and found this witness, a painter to the world at large. A painter to the world at large. Drew Misham has another side, another story, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries. I thought that was him talking. Forgeries, in other words. Forgeries? Well, so we are to understand that this page here is a fake. Prepared by a certain... Bro, what? Prepared by a certain defense attorney. Hold it. I didn't prepare this evidence. The attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume. But what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix Wright. Witness, Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client?
That I don't know.
What?
Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them.
But, there's no proof this is a fake.
It's a fake.
Huh?
To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I can say without a doubt, this is mine.
So who totally just framed me, and why did I get in trouble for this? Mr. Wright, you have just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court? Oh, if it isn't Mr. All About Me. It was careless of me. That's all I can say. Who put her up to this?
Oh, old boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with spiky hair. They said it was really important.
Are we calling out the fact that we've, like, animated our way through a couple of these where, like, someone just happens upon some random evidence and then it really saves the day? Because, right, that feels very, this is how we stopped Von Karma, or, like, wait, you know, there's evidence in Gumshoe's bloody jacket, right? You can't undo the anime fantasy of these legal dramas. It was all a trap. A fatal trap. Mr. Wright? Yes. Do you have an explanation for yourself? If I did, would the court hear it? Probably not. Damn. And we did keep talking about experience and his level of experience being very high now. Fuck. Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime, and presenting it in court a serious mistake. Fatal mistake for an attorney. Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. Ding? Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one. Where is Edgeworth to fix this? Your Honor, wait. I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime, but you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I am sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip... What? If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip... Come on, guys. Someone has to go, this is weird. Everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah, but that's why it's a serious offense to not... That's why it's a serious offense to not present false evidence. But come on, guys, this is weird. Everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself. What did I do to you? I see no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed.
Oh, he called me special.
Fuck.
Mr. Attorney,
Yes?
could I ask your name?
Ding? Phoenix Wright.
Mr. Wright, I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright.
Fuck is that supposed to mean? Also sounds like we've never spoken before. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way. This trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. Has that always existed as an option for these people? You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must...
Your Honor,
yes, Mr. Zack.
there is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible.
I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you.
Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist?
Doesn't exist? What are you talking about?
I am talking about this.
Son of a bitch, he left me here. What? Mr. Enigmar. The defendant escaped. Find him quick. Bailiff, close all exits from the building and run a ring of salt around this court immediately. God damn, that would piss me off so much. We will catch that mind freak. And until we do, all magic is forbidden in this city. That's where it happened. God, motherfucker. Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. I will not be bullied at the conference this year. Thought I was finally gonna have a normal goddamn day. That day, in that courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shadi Enigmar, aka Zach Gramarier, did not just escape from court. He literally, unbelievably vanished right before the bailiff's eyes. Ooh, excuse me. No one ever saw him again. Not since that day.
This is the Grandma miracle.
McCavity. You left your fucking daughter behind, you ass. No verdict was declared. Meep. Yeah, exactly. It's a fucking Looney Tune. After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial of magician Zach Gramarier vanished. Along with him for all eternity. It can't just end the flashback here. The mysteries that remain behind were all solved, however. But not until 7 years later. What? What about Trucy? Shit, it's only been a couple of hours.
It's gonna get a little weird.
It's gonna get weird?
It's like 8 little investigations in a little flashback type situation.
So, keep going.
This is where it's up to you. Because if we were to do this last chunk in one finale, the next part of this is estimated at 1 hour and 43, but we've been going about 1.5 times the estimate. So...
Is this the final chunk?
Final chunk and then like a 50-minute trial after.
Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. So, these chunks you're referring to, that's... there's a save point?
Is that how that's been going?
Yeah.
Because you said there was like 8 little things.
Yeah. You're like gathering clues from the past.
Christ. So you're saying this next chunk is like 2 hours,
Yeah.
and I go slower than that because I'm me.
Well, you're entertaining.
Correct. And I'm reading out loud
Yep.
in fun voices
Yes.
and being amazing
Yes.
all the time. That's 2 hours, and then there's another hour of a thing. Does it make sense to make this super short? There can't be another save spot in like an hour just to shave an hour of this off? Because we could go for another like hour.
Well, you can peruse like the next part at your leisure. So like if you wanted to like investigate part of the next part, you could stop halfway if you wanted to. But
I feel like that would really fuck me up.
yeah.
I'm surprised this was so short.
You got through it really well.
Thanks. But like we didn't even talk to Trucy as a baby.
Well,
Is that still coming up?
yeah.
Of course it is. Fuck. So you think there's like a bunch of mini investigations?
Yeah. In this unique sequence, you'll be given access to 8 different locations. You can flip between these at will, collecting evidence and knowledge as you go until you complete them.
Okay. Then I guess we'll just do a couple of those and call it a night.
Sure.
Will that work? The Mason system?
Yeah. It's gonna get a little weird.
Would that confuse me to split this up? I guess we'll just have to see.
I mean, what's confusing to you is just gonna help you cut down time. So.
Okay. Then you're saying let's do a couple of these investigation things,
Yeah.
and then do the rest of them tomorrow, and then do the finale, or Thursday. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Get a hang of it, and then
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past work their magic on the present, but you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. What?
The first 2 are 7 years ago. Perfect.
There we go. Then we'll do the 7 years ago one. Let's fucking go, gamers. Let's go. Let's go, organization. My brain. My broken, smooth brain that overthinks things. If I have only 2 options, I overthink them all the time. You'll soon be finding yourself. You'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. Which of Magnifi Gramarier's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant Zach Gramarier go? What dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page? Oh, come on. Who was this mysterious magician child girl? Who knows? I know Edgeworth when I see him. The fuck? The past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. What? And when all the questions have found their answers, the final trial will begin. Am I in the Matrix? What? Is this canon or is this the game? But first you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game. A novel with visuals, if you will.
Just Phoenix.
Just Phoenix. Just Rightworth. Just
That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended, half finished, when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There is something I must tell you. You took the wrong pill. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts.
What cameo do you want?
The Magatama! Let's go! What the fuck is this? What in the goddamn anime? My Magatama. I see you're a man of taste as well. My Magatama. What does it do, you ask? That I would have you see for yourself. You better have played the previous games. What are you, a loser? I'm sure they said in the marketing that this is an accessible new entry point for fans for people who are interested that never played the previous games. But that's a fucking lie. That I would have you see for yourself. Well now, shall we begin? Okay, Majora's Mask. Use L1 and R1 to jump between the past and present, but let's begin 7 years ago in the past. It is right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. Jesus Christ. No, this is a live stream. Back to the past with Samurai. Jack. What the fuck? I get to go to the Wright & Co. law offices in the Matrix. I guess we'll just do it in order? No?
I would start it right now.
Because it makes sense or because it's easiest?
Well, I would just list that out.
Just following the guide?
Following.
Chat, does it matter which one I do first? Chat, quickly, help. Does it matter which one I do first or can I just follow this guide?
It's two guides.
And they're both saying Wright & Co. first? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, McKaylee. I mean, donate. Like, share, subscribe, join to become a member. The nightmare trial was over. And the new nightmare, figuring out what had happened, had just begun. I wanted to wake up, to walk away. But I figured I'm the only one who could do this, probably. Besides, I had plenty of time. Thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. 7 years ago. Is someone... do we get more cameos? Where's Maya? Where's Edgeworth? Where's Pearl? Where's Larry? Ow, morning, Daddy. I'm glad you came. You okay, Daddy? They picking on you? I'm fine as always. This old boy here is to help me after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Thanks. My first show's today after all. 2 weeks had passed since then. I called her into my office. Oh. See, we had to do this because it's in the thumbnail this way. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you'd like. I could look up some places you might like to stay at. This is weird. Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you. Huh? Really? So if I stay here, does that mean you'll be... Does that mean you'll be my family? Huh? I guess so. It's getting weirder. Mr. Attorney, Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Fuck off, dude. Why don't you call me Nick? God damn it, and then they made it weirder. Or you can call me Daddy if you'd like. It doesn't have to be today or anything. Okay, say Daddy. That was quick. Yes? If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. Oh my God. So thanks, Daddy. Oh, and this office, it's a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know. Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this. She's so cute. Call me Nick. Almost got me. Trucy, how old are you? Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy. Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? I'm just glad she's okay. So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right? You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me, for Daddy. Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? Come on. Right in front of pride? Seriously? Right in front of my salad? Is that foolish pride? No, that's in June. My other daddy always used to talk about that. Vibes, let's go. Poggers, queer men. Actually, that's pretty accurate. So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way. Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. You could teach. Or even much about law if you were to ask some people. Like who, Phoenix? Say his name, Bella. Say it. Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead. You mean like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent? You've got me, don't you? I'm a professional. A professional? Yep. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Zach Grammy. Directly descended. He's literally your father. Oh. Excuse me. Oh. And now I'm directly descended. That got me. And now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Rat, too. I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. Daddy wants to talk about Daddy for a second. Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy, Zach Gramarier? Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy. Which daddy was that again? How many daddies does this girl have? Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Gramarier, and they're big. The Gramariers. They were on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it. It's all about mind freaks these days. Big magic happens when you put Zach and Valant Gramarier together, you know? Once they made a giant waterfall right there on stage, and this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall. It learned the HM from the Hoenn? Johto region. Fuck, I don't remember. Let me guess. There was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top. I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic. Oh, I should have brought it up so soon. I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone. Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? Is she gonna call Edgeworth Mommy? Or does she call us both Daddy? This is too confusing. I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother. But I have my magic and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are gonna be okay. I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. So, Trucy, you're a professional? Yes. It's like that thing they say, baby frogs grow up to be frogs. They say that? I always thought it was funny, though. What was? Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid. Right, so in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy? That's right. Well, want to see a trick?
You're gonna do a magic trick? I don't know, chat. I don't think we have time for magic. People aren't gonna donate, become a member, like, share, subscribe, comment. Maybe we should skip it. Oh, I don't know if I have the right. My head's spinning. I'm running out of finances. I do need this money for rent, bills, food, and paying for games, paying for equipment. Consider donating or becoming a member if you can. And I'll consider doing the magic if you can. Actually, I would like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all.
That's the spirit. Ready?
Mr. Hat, summon Mr. Hat. Bring him to me.
Here goes. Ta-da!
Yay! Oh, it looks like her dad. It's her dad. Uh-oh. You fuckers should have donated. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? I did this. I betrayed my family. Kerchak was right.
Hey, folks, it's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen. I'll always be here for Trucy.
Ah! Whoa, that was startling.
The amazing Mr. Hat, isn't he great?
Your friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat at your service.
He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy.
Though my routines do get a bit heady at times. Get it? Heady?
My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. Oh, is he? Is he evidence? Does he go in the court record? Could you tell me about your mommy, if it's okay?
Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage.
On stage? You mean with your daddy?
Yep. She was always there with Zach and Volant smiling. But then she went away.
Went away? The music stopped, so I don't assume something good happened.
It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back.
Maybe so. I cried then. A lot.
That's when Daddy gave me this. Here.
Wood. That's the locket, isn't it? This is your mother? She's beautiful. Smash. Her name's fucking Thalassa? Thalassa. What? What? What's that face? What are you doing? Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Gramarrier? Is that the joke? Am I saying that right? Thalassa. Thalassa. Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Gramarrier. Poor girl. I didn't know her mom had gone missing. And now her daddy's vanished too, right before her eyes.
Hey, Daddy, you won't.
Don't worry. Oh, yeah. I won't vanish. I promise.
Right. You can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan.
I guess all I rate as is... Oh, King. Come on, man. You, like, took care of Maya and Pearl and Kay Faraday with Edgeworth. You're doing great. But yeah, it wouldn't kill them to cameo every once in a while. I worry. I guess all I rate as is a backup plan. I read that as Tifa's Lockhart. Let's fucking go. Add it to the court record. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that.
It's okay. After all, we're
Family.
I just hope you're ready. The Right Talent Agency opens tomorrow.
What? But are we representing anyone?
Me and you, that makes 2, Daddy. I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent. Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at. Well, when you put it that way, you mean you don't have any tricks, no old standbys? This will not do. Weren't you a theater major back when you were, like, eating necklaces and shit? Hey, necklaces, that's a trick. No old standbys? This will not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket. Okay, I'll think of something. That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy. Welcome to the team, Daddy-o. The team. Right. It's canon in this house that Edgeworth made her new costume. And made it light blue. That matches Phoenix's hat. And that was how Edgeworth dealt with all of this change. Crafting. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light. We're not going to say goodbye to Trucy at the end of this game, right, everybody? Now what?
Defendant lobby number 2.
Defendant lobby numero 2. 7 años previo niso de Ace Attorney. I don't know. I did not do well in Spanish. I can hear it. Okay. I can hear it okay. I can't speak too good. 7 years ago, District Court. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I didn't want to have to remember that day. That's right, the judge is disappointed in us too. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way. This trial is over. Your Honor. Ah, yes, Mr. Zack. There is one thing I wish to make clear today in this courtroom. You cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I am talking about this. Mr. Enigmar, you have a daughter. The defendant escaped. Find him quick. Bailiff, close all exits from the building. Building. From the building. On the double, you must not be allowed to escape. Escape. When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge, but now, like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir. Oh, Meekins, you fucker. You're not the cameo I wanted. Down on the hands, floor on your head. No. Well, what's the big idea? Oh, my ears. No unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here. But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed. Zoink! I just say it like it is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, even my wallet. What's that red thing you got there? You've got red on you. We've met before, haven't we? On a case 2 years ago? No recollection of that, sir. Huh? For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There is no past, there is only now, sir. Okay, you're the bailiff, right? Oh my god. He's a bailiff now. Yes, sir, court bailiff Mike Meekins at your service, sir. I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape. Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. That was wizardry, and how the fuck am I supposed to protect myself from a literal sorcerer? Let me try to... He just, like, drops his voice and gets really scary. Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me. I'm the one you want. It's me. If you care to find me, you'll look to the western sky, sir.
As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly.
But you were a regular police officer once, right?
The hell do you mean regular? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir.
Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not ask. So you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing?
I'm dying over here. Oh, it's a hard knock life.
Wow, 2 show tunes. Let's go. I predicted show tunes being referenced. Poggers me?
Ahead of your time, King?
I'm so ahead of my time and underappreciated in it.
Ahead of your time in the flashback, King?
I'm behind my time in the flashback.
Oh, it's a hard knock life, sir. Unlimited. My future is unlimited. Together we could be the greatest team, sir. There's no crime we cannot win. It's a hard knock life, sir. Once I meet the commissioner, and I prove my worth. Once I meet the commissioner, something I've wanted since birth. So it'll be for the rest of my life. And I'll know it from now till I die.
Oh my god.
Ugh. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, even my...
You said that. Guess I wasn't the only victim. God damn it. This isn't the cameo I wanted. Last time you met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform.
Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this, but last year tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me.
That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing.
So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff.
Yeah, but the pension rolls over, right? Come on, man. Benefits. You're fine. But your uniform?
I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired. Plus, my roommate in college said I looked good in this color. This was a special hat from her grandmother.
That can't be legal. So you were the one who let the magician get away that day.
I'm dying over here.
What? I feel like we just had all this talk.
A star rises among the court bailiffs full of hope. Then tragedy strikes.
Is there anything you could tell me about it? About Zach Gramarier's disappearance?
Oh, the humanity!
Okay, that's enough of that.
Why, yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slam, and some guy's face is right there in front of me. Face!
So you saw someone suspicious coming your way?
Yes! And I, being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk hat all the way down the hall, sir. I have a
diagram of the court building here.
Ah, there's courtroom number 7. That's where I was, sir.
Oh, bye-bye.
All by myself, nary a friend to call my own.
Okay. Which way did Zach Gramarier run after bursting through the courtroom door?
He went up like this and around the corner like that. He was dancing through life, sir.
Steven Schwartz is in the background. That's perfect! And he just runs off.
So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, I saw that magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. And he was on a broomstick. And then he started singing, but like singing loud and long, like holding the notes real big and riffing. Why, I remember it like it was right here, because it was lobby number 2, sir.
This is literally wicked. A wrongfully accused sorcerer, a magic user, fleeing, swearing to return to extract, maybe not revenge. You ran into this room
I don't see any place to hide in here.
Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here in this room, the magician gone, vanished like a puff of smoke, leaving behind only shoes. Except there wasn't even any smoke. He was just gone. I pissed my pants and he said, "Oh no, I'm melting."
That's impossible.
Yes, that word. Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying over here.
Okay, I won't say it again. I promise. You have to admit, it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Unless you have the grimoire. Right? Is that what it was called? What's the fucking book called? The Grimmery? The blah blah blah. Anyway, don't read the book. Did you search the lobby?
I searched.
Why the pause?
Oh, there was nothing here at all. Sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir.
How can you talk so loud and still be hiding something? So Zach was in this room when he vanished. Is that an ashtray? Has that always been there? Have I never noticed it before? Have I talked about it before? There's an ashtray over there. So Zach was in this room when he vanished?
Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. That red silk hat, that flowing cape. He ran right in here, right inside this room.
Silk hat, cape. That's Zach, all right. Or Mr. Hat.
But, sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do but nothing, sir.
What about now? You have any ideas now?
Sir,
bam 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 bam.
Ideas about what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Or what he would have said out of a magical book? You lying motherfucker. Let's fucking go. Cyclops, I should have known. My Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case. Why do you say it like as if you'd have to pay royalties to reference characters or cases? Pay people properly, yes, but like it feels like they're trying to beat around the bush. It can show me the locks on people's hearts, and if I can unlock their hearts, they'll tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all. The Magatama ends it. The Magatama just pulls out a little knife. Can I do this? Oh my god, it's in 3D. Put on your fucking glasses, gamers. Let's go. The disappearing trick. Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out.
Hey, who? What's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden and the music changed?
I know, it's fucking great. Meekins is the biggest idiot, but he can also tell when magic shit's happening.
What's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden?
You know something, and I'm gonna find out what. Zach Grimoire vanished from this room. How'd he do it?
How, sir? Well, sir, I can't say as I, sir.
Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something?
Well, sir, you see, sir, at the time, sir, I was here, sir. Listen, it was impossible. What could such a little girl possibly do anyway?
What did you just say?
Sir, did I just say something, sir?
No, you screamed it through the megaphone of yours. Thus did Officer Meekins make a homemade megaphone, using only a squirrel, some string, and a megaphone.
Hi, I'm Officer Meekins. You might be wondering why I tied a squirrel to a megaphone. Well, good night.
There was something else. There was someone else in this room, wasn't there?
Sir, I'm gonna have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking.
It's okay, Meekins. You have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in this room that day. Little Trucy. Oh my god, I forgot that he strangles himself.
I've never seen that girl until just the other day.
Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it.
Sir, that day she was here in the room, sir. But he wasn't.
You mean you chased her into this room? You chased her into this room, not him?
Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall dark magician.
7 feet? Zach isn't that tall, is he? With those shoulders? You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Gremarier, but you saw something, and it was Mr. Hat. Therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? Oh, buddy, you're still holding on to the old court record like it's gonna fucking do something? I summon Mr. Hat in attack mode.
What's that?
That girl's favorite trick, Amazing Mr. Hat. She uses it in her show down at the Wonder Bar.
The what?
Have you been to the Wonder Bar?
So, it wasn't a walking dream, was it, sir?
Come again?
That night on stage, I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat. He really exists.
Jesus Christ. Well, now that we're friends.
I remember it clearly, though the details are a little vague. Zach Gremarier exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him in the corner room, sir. Zach Gremarier, don't even think you can escape.
Or, Zach Gremarier, don't even think you can escape Meekins. This is how he hears himself. Zach Gremarier, don't even think you can escape Meekins. Down on your hands, floor on your head. Hello?
Something the matter, mister?
No. That is... Sir, I am currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Gremarier, do you know him?
Oh, I love Zach Gremarier. His magic's the best. I'm his biggest fan.
I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room.
But no one's been in here except me.
But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug. So, Trucy was his accomplice?
Imagine my astonished surprise when 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him.
Mr. Hat.
I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while, I thought it had all been a long dream.
A dream that lasted a week?
But it wasn't the magician who disappeared, it was Mr. Hat. Ooh.
Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. You were punked by a small child. You were standing by the door and out came Zach. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of lobby number 2. Oh, the tiny hat, along with Mr. Hat.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
So, while you were standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounded the corner and most likely runs through the closest door into lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner in rather lukewarm pursuit, and at that very moment, Trucy runs into lobby number 2. Then all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. I kind of wish this was Gumshoe, but I'm glad they didn't do him that dirty.
Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape, Zach Gremarier's red cape, fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir! All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries wasted. It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die. or the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait, or a man breaking into your room at night just to hear the screams of the innocent. Sorry, different recurring dream. He sits on my chest, the shadow man. Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you'd suffered on account of this case. It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many, many times, sometimes more than once, but this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me!
Actually, about that girl, I'm sort of her guardian now.
Oh, like of the galaxy? Or Asgard? Is that so?
Thank God, I was waiting. Sir, you need to kill her. Like, I was like,
Justice will be served. Sir, you should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor.
that's sweet.
Okay. I let the defendant escape. That's the stone cold truth. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great Detective Guamshu.
Based. Meekins based. Mr. Meekins, this is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want.
It's an honor, sir. Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir, but no one's ever given me anything for free. Right. I'll see you in court next time then, sir.
I look forward to it. That was sweet. All eyes were on Zach Gromarier that day in court until his mysterious disappearance. Part of the mystery's been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight in one of the magical hats. It would be 7 years before I met him again. Detention Center or Drew Studio? Whoa. No! No! We're organizing this by timeline. I will do the present on Thursday in the finale.
No. Those first two ones from the 7 years ago, that was what I said, like, in the guide, the first 2 7, and then we have to hop to the present.
Oh, we do? We can't do these two?
No.
Why? But I thought we were going to organize this.
We are,
But I don't wanna. I want to be Phoenix Wright. I want a real cameo. Mr. Meekins doesn't count.
So you're saying do the board? So then why can't I pick them then? It just won't do anything? I can't just do Detention Center and Drew Studio?
it might make you hop back. I don't know. Steve, what's tell me to do?
But I want to do the past.
Check, can I stay in the past or do I have to skip around?
I was told by people in chat that you have to follow. It's like an investigation. You have to.
Oh, because I'll get some... That doesn't make sense. I'll get something in the present that I can use on a Magatama in the past.
A bird took the stand. I don't know what you.
That made sense.
You won't be able to progress.
Oh, God fucking... Fuck me, Rev.
But I don't want you to open a can of worms that you won't be able. Like I don't want you to. You can't go to them, but you won't be able to finish them.
Oh, that's stupid. Fine. Do you think it'll be confusing to do some more present day? Because my thought was, oh, let's do the past stuff, and then it'll all be in one stream. And then I can do all the present day stuff with the information that I'll have. No.
I would say this is the closest you're gonna get
To a clean break.
to a clean break.
All right, then let's do that. That sucks. That's dumb.
And they'll make your district a little easier.
which is good. Do you think there won't be a lot of time in the Thursday stream now?
No, don't overthink that. That's a good thing.
Ugh. Okay. So you think this is a good spot to stop?
I would say so.
Yeah. So I was gonna say we could do one more, or we could call it early and do the rest of it on Thursday.
I would say do the rest Thursday, but that's just me.
Yeah. I'm just worried about time. Like, I'd feel bad if this is 3 hours and then Thursday stream is 5 hours, and it's like, well, we could have done 4 and 4. You know what I mean?
Based on how fast we got through the first, I don't anticipate that being the case.
Okay. Then yeah, then I guess let's call it here so I don't want to like lose track of things, because that we've had to do that a couple times, like end a stream in the middle of the case, then I come back and I'm like, I don't remember half the details this wants me to remember. I've lived my life for 2 days or 2.5 days and then came back. So okay, so then let's call it here then, and then we'll do a good old finale on Thursday. I will save again. Just because it's fun. Whew, shit. I don't know what the fuck to think of this Ace Attorney Animatrix we got going on here. What is this? Does this make sense? Is the computer canon? Am I Apollo at a computer doing research? What is this? Should I let this go? Should I not think about it too much? What is this? I'm glad they at least gave us that. If we had ended right after the, all right, it's done, here's the checkpoint to save, I would have been pretty pissed, because I'm like, I really liked talking to Trucy and like kind of getting those details kind of ironed out, even if it was like comically quick. You're my daddy. We're an agency now. Like, it all went pretty quick, but I'm like, I'm glad we didn't skip that part at least. Excuse me. I hope there's a couple more cameos here or something, because like it was nice getting to be and see Phoenix again, but I'm also like, I want to, and I'm sure you're Apollo in present day, but like I want to be Apollo more and like understand him, and I want him to meet Gumshoe, and I want to see what Gumshoe's like with Apollo Justice, and same with Edgeworth and Maya and Pearl and everybody. So it's so tough. Like, it's like, oh, I love being Phoenix. What's the gang up to? How did everyone react to Phoenix no longer being a lawyer? And then, oh, I want to get to know Apollo better. What's it like if Apollo were to meet Gumshoe? So I feel like we're kind of giving me when it comes to that part of it, giving me 2 half servings of 2 different things I want. Where I'm like, I don't feel like I'm getting enough chocolate. I don't feel like I'm getting enough mint or peanut butter. I don't know, chocolate and peanut butter. I don't want someone going, ew, mint, because you're fucking wrong. Chocolate and mint is delicious. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's not chocolatey enough, it's not minty enough, or it's not chocolatey enough, it's not peanut buttery enough. You know what I mean? But I like the story a lot. It's definitely interesting. It's so far it is nowhere near as intense as Swiss Rolls. That fucking destroyed me. But it doesn't need to be sad to be good. God, that one rocked my fucking world. But I really liked that. And I'm glad we didn't skip that. I liked hey, you can stay here. And like Phoenix is trying to like provide her options and understand her situation. And she's just like so accepting and embracing and like, you're my family now. Which almost makes me question, is that really her are the magicians her biological family even? Because I'm like, have you done this before, or are you just like a really chill, open-minded liberal arts majory kid? You know what I mean? Like the school, the elementary school my parents sent me to is 100% outside. We had schools like that in Washington. I didn't get to go to one, unfortunately. They cost money. Yeah, sitting on the fence. Yeah, absolutely. But it's okay. It's like, I love these characters so much, and I love Ace Attorney so much that I'm like, I want to see Gumshoe see Mr. Hat. It's funny that like Officer Meekins got tricked by it, but like I want to see like Gumshoe like try to arrest Mr. Hat, thinking it's a real person, you know. But yeah, I would have liked a little more of that, and I'm sure we'll get a little more of it, but like it feels so quick that it feels almost like Trucy saying Phoenix Wright's my father was like the setup for a punchline or a gag at the expense of the audience. Like it doesn't quite, like I think Emma is the only person who like legitimately goes, wait, what? That how old are you? How old is Mr. Wright? Like she's like, this doesn't line up with the timeline at all. But like I feel like it was kind of a punchline to do that. Like I don't think they were I don't think they were, and maybe that moment's still coming, but as of right now, I'm like, I feel like that element of this is missing a lot of heart or even just screen time. Because I don't know, I liked that because it was also like I wish I got a little more of it. It was just also nice to like just kind of sit there and be like, no, yeah, that's Phoenix Wright. That was it. It was the you can call me Nick if you want, and she goes, I'm gonna call you Daddy. Like it's great to establish your own like a different character's relationship being different with Phoenix, but it was also nice to sit there and feel like yeah, this isn't the first orphaned, I guess would be the word, but like this isn't the first kid with nowhere else to go that he's like, you can stay here, you know. Like it felt like yeah, that's the Phoenix Wright I know. He's not gonna turn a child away, but like if she wanted to stay at a hotel or contact a relative, if there was one, like he would help with that too. But like he's not just gonna sucks, pins a note on her little cape and puts her in front of a firehouse like it's a Looney Tune. But I don't know. I liked that moment. It just felt so fast. But I'm sure there'll be a little more time and stuff. But I'm intrigued by the conspiracy around who set up Phoenix Wright to lose his badge, and the guy Daddy. He seemed pretty confident that if Phoenix Wright couldn't get him out of it, he would just leave. But I feel like he was planning to frame Phoenix Wright and vanish and leave his daughter behind no matter what. So I'm very interested to see what the plan is there. And then she was like, Mom vanished. But that kind of more felt like vanished is what they said because they're a family of magicians and she went to a farm upstate. It seemed like there was an accident. So I don't know. I definitely have a lot of questions left. I'm hopeful for some more characters to show up. I'm like, I think we're running out of spots until it's like a little too cluttered with characters. Because I still want the Apollo based stuff and the original stuff to like shine. It really is kind of lacking in that. What did everyone else say or think about this department? But he has the Magatama in his pocket, so I feel like I'm invited more and more to like think about Maya and Pearl and Edgeworth and everybody. So I don't know. It like I said, definitely, you know, this could use more chocolate and more peanut butter. But I like the idea, and I don't know. I'm excited to see where this is all heading. I don't know what the fuck to make of this computer shit. I don't know what the plan is here. That's so weird. Are we Are we in a VR simulator? Have we been in this computer the whole game? Is any of this real? Is Apollo going to take off his headset like it's .hack sign and go, wow, so that's what life would have been like if something bad had happened to Phoenix Wright? Or is the VR too intense and he gets put into a coma, and even though they take off the headset, his mind is still in the game, like .hack sign? Anyway, I hope people enjoyed the stream. Oh, my stupid mouse. Cheap little boy. I hope people enjoyed the stream. I definitely like playing these games. I like doing these streams, and I was really like, there's something about like when a character, I feel this way about 2 and 3 and investigations as well. When a character comes back and like, oh yeah, the voice, and then I start to pick up little mannerisms or ways that I would do the voice or things that the character does or whatever, like it starts to feel familiar and it starts to feel exciting. And I definitely got that energy both from Gumshoe, who I wish would have talked to Phoenix after everything went down. They're fucking friends. We helped him when he lost his job. But also Officer Meekins, right? Like getting to see those characters come back and just like really like letting loose with it and having fun with it. Like there's something familiar about that, and that feeling is so fun. And I'm looking forward, if everyone likes and the analytics and views and the numbers of likes and the comments and all that stuff and donations. If the indication is Bill should do the rest of the Apollo Justice trilogy, I'm very much looking forward to having that relationship with Apollo Justice characters. Because I think that is a really daunting task. How many Ace Attorney characters do you put in an Apollo Justice game? Because you want it to hold, you want it to stand up on its own, but also, hey, it's a shared universe. Phoenix is here. Let's do a little something for the kids. But thank you everyone for watching and hanging out. Thank you so much, Choose You 2, PSM3D0, Choose You 2 again, but on YouTube, Robeson and Caitlin. Thank you guys for donating. Thank you, Choose You 2 and PSM3D0 for donating at thethirdbill.com. Thank you, Caitlin, Robeson, and Choose You 2 for donating here. And thank you everyone for hanging out. Please consider donating or becoming a member if you can. If you can't or you don't want to, you're helping out by hanging out. Make sure you do all the free stuff too. It's free to like, free to subscribe and ring the bell, leave comments, share the links, follow me on social medias, watch old streams and VODs, watch old videos on the main channel or new ones. There's a new one tomorrow. Tons of free things you can do to support me too. But yeah, I hope this is a spot that makes sense to end, because yeah, I don't want this to go crazy late tonight, and we'll be back doing our finale of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney on Thursday, same time, same place. Channel members, consider hitting that join button. Channel members are helping me pick the game I'm gonna play next before I dive into I have a GameCube and Zelda Mega Collection, and so I really badly want to stream Ocarina and Majora. But I want to do like a quick, like one of the newer indie games that just came out, like Wonder Stop or South of Midnight, something like that. Before jumping into that, just to stay current, just to stay with it, just to stay hip. But there's still like games coming out this year that I want to check out. So I'm trying to like, here's something I've saved for a while, something new, something I've saved for a while, something new. So like I'm trying to balance all that out. So yeah, if you want to help me vote on what to play in between Apollo Justice and Zelda, let me know. Channel members also help me pick games in general. I'll have a big updated list. I've been able to get my hands on some pretty cool games that I want to play. So I'll make an update video for the channel members soon to take a look at that with me. And yeah, we'll be back playing more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney on Thursday. It'll be the finale. I'm excited to see where it goes. I feel like I said, I feel like if nothing else, like I've really enjoyed the expansion of the Ace Attorney world. I'm like, I need more time with Apollo. I'm assuming I'll get that. I need more time with cameos and people returning from Ace Attorney. I hope I get some more of that. I better understand what the hell this freaking computer is because it's weirding me out. But yeah, hope to see you next time I upload or go live. Hope everyone's staying safe. Links in the description as always. Thank you, Alana, for modding. Links in the description as always. Should you or some you don't need them. Mental health crisis lines, Trevor Project resources, things like that. And yeah, thank you again for hanging out, everybody. Thank you again, everyone who donates. Thank you again to the channel members. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for spending your time. I guess that's about it. I feel like I have something else. Well, video dropping tomorrow on the main channel, baby. Hope to see you next time I upload or go live. Hope everyone's staying safe. Be mindful of others. Remember to take care of yourselves, please.